So hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I really don't know how this Get Ready With Me is gonna go. Number one, I filmed this video already and things didn't go very well. I got a new camera and I really don't like the audio quality of it. The filming quality is great, but the audio quality is just god awful. And then second, I didn't like how the video ended. You know, my camera kept dying and it's just, I was having a bad makeup day, so it wasn't a good video. I'm refilming this today. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I'm filming on my phone again and it's low on space as it is. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do like a fall vampy look because right now as I'm filming it, it's September. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that and just kind of talk about where I've been and what I've been up to. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with moisturizing my face with my current favorite moisturizer, the generic Distinctly Unique moisturizing lotion. So that's just kind of like Clinique's Dramatically Different, and I can't tell the difference between either of them. I haven't posted a video in a while, and that is because of how hectic my schedule has been. So back in July, I took off to Europe for a week. Thanks to Shane and his family for asking me to come along and visit Shane's sister who lives in Germany. And I did vlog that trip, but it's just taking me a very long time to sort through all the footage from the said trip. Not only that, I'm really embarrassed to admit this, but I've been using Windows Movie Maker as my editor. I know, embarrassing. Wow, this is really hard to talk and do my makeup at the same time right now. I haven't done this in a while. So I've been using Windows Movie Maker, as embarrassed as I am to admit that. And it completely crapped on me. As I was making my Colossal Con vlogs, for some reason it wasn't saving them. For example, I had a 15-minute long video, and as I tried to process and render it, it would say it failed, or I don't really remember what it said. But I looked up ways to fix that online, and somebody suggested to cut your video, like make your video shorter. So, or there was just too many effects. So what I did was I cut the video in half and put them together on the YouTube editor online after uploading them both. And since now I guess they're taking off the YouTube editor, that's going to be a problem now because I can't put my videos together. But anyway, so I had like the first part of the video made for the Europe vlogs, and now like they just don't want to save it all. So literally right as when I got back, you know, I was making the video and I was ready to post, you know, get the videos together, and it's just not saving them. Had to take a little break for a while to find a new editor and to learn how to use it. Currently I've been using Shotcut while I'm editing my Europe vlogs, and that's been working out pretty well so far. Knock on wood. So that has been working out wonderfully. Another reason why I've been gone, I've been to a few concerts here and there. First one of this summer was seeing Green Day. And I've always wanted to see Green Day since I was in middle school and high school, but I did have one opportunity to see them in college. That didn't work out because I think they had to postpone that concert date or that whole tour, so that's pretty sad. And then I never got to go when they rescheduled it for some reason. I think I had like a really big exam that day or something. Yeah, that wasn't too fun. But, you know, years later I had the opportunity to see them again. And the venue was an outside venue. And we originally planned to get like lawn seats. But, you know, since this was my first time seeing them and like, I wanted it to be really special. So, you know, while I was there, we went to the box office and I asked the lady at the box office if there was any chance that there's like any pavilion seats. And I just had a feeling about that day. I just had a good feeling that something was about to happen. I don't know. There was just something in me telling me that it was going to be a great day. The first thing that the lady said was, well, we do have pit seats available, and just my heart sunk. Now, usually pit tickets are like pretty expensive to begin with, but I just got paid, and you know, like at that point I didn't really care. So when the lady said that, my heart sunk. And then David, my brother, was with me, and I just looked at him like this. And then he gives me one of these. Get them! So I got them. And then after like I had like the ticket in my hand, I actually have it right here. After getting the ticket, you know, I had it in my hand and I looked at it. And it was just like one of those moments that I always wanted to have, you know, pit tickets for a Green Day show. And like the thought of finally seeing like Billy Joe, Trey, and Mike just kind of like became really overwhelming, and then I started crying. So I started crying, and like one of the ticket ladies, she sees me crying and she thought it was like bad tears. And then she goes, "Why are you crying?" And then my aunt was there and she goes, "She's finally getting to see Billy Joe. She's finally getting to see Billy Joe." So that was something. So we settled down into the pit area, and I will tell you right now, it was just, everybody in there was just a bunch of characters. And I'll explain why. There was this really sweet, like, cute girl there, and she was about, I would say, my age, and she was dressed up like the American Idiot era, and she was really, really excited because that was her first time seeing them. And we were talking to her for a little bit, and she said this was her first time, and, you know, her mom promised her, you know, Green Day tickets when she was like 10 or 11, and she never got to see them for some reason. And then now she's finally there, and I told her, you know, that was my first time seeing them too. I always wanted to see them. Then there was this one girl that's seen them like a bunch of times, but she was really, really cool, and I'll explain why later. Then I think her uncle or her dad was there too. Now, he was also really cool, and I'll also explain why later. There was an older woman in there too who was trying to pass a note to Billy Joe, I think for her niece or daughter. I don't really know, that was in the hospital. Then there was this one guy in the pit who just kept making like all these snarky remarks about Green Day and like their past, like not past, but like their more recent albums, and like talking shit about the opening band, which was Catfish and the Bottlemen, were actually really good. I liked them a lot. There was these two girls in front of us, like directly against the barricade. It was the barricade, them, and then us. And I will tell you about them in just a little bit. So finally the show starts. You know, I am a hot fangirl mess, crying, jumping, screaming, having a good old time. And then it was back in August, and it was just really, really, really hot to begin with, especially when everybody's crammed in there and it's really hard to breathe. I was getting really, really hot and really, really dizzy. And the girl and the uncle that I mentioned earlier in the story, the guy, you know, starts beating on my back like really, really hard. He goes, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I told him, yeah, I'm just really, really hot. It's hard to breathe, a little dehydrated. They had, you know, like bottles of water to give to people. So the guy and the girl were like trying really, really hard to get like the guy's attention, or one of the security guards' attention, to get water for me, and they did. And the security guard literally poured water from my mouth, and it got all over my shirt, which I didn't care because it felt good anyway. So that was really cool of them. And David, my brother, I was really shocked that he had a really good time in the pit, because, you know, there's a lot of moshing going on and pushing and shoving and people jumping over us, and he just had a absolute blast, and I'm glad that he did. And, you know, despite me getting kicked in the head, it was an awesome time. And it's been a long time since I've been to a show like that, or in a mosh pit. I mean, I haven't really been around like any bars or music scenes that do that, but I usually don't go out much. But anyway, we're getting off topic. So, about the two girls that I mentioned earlier in the story, before I even like start the story, I want to say this. I don't understand people who spend a lot of money going to a concert, and especially like when you're in front row like they were. I don't understand why you would just stand there and do nothing and just be on your phone and not have a good time like everybody else is. So I don't know why or how you would want to go to a concert and just stand there and do nothing when you're in front row like that, especially when you're right against a barricade. And that's exactly what those girls were doing. And it just makes me mad because, you know, like, people who spend that much money to be up front like that are probably like really big super fans. And, you know, somebody who would really enjoy the show and have a really awesome time being in the front and being just like right there in front of the band or whoever they're seeing, you know, those people could be right there, yet there you are just standing there acting like you own the place. But anyway, about these girls, they would get so mad if you got close to them and their hair started sticking onto your skin. If you don't like people being that close to you, don't be in a mosh pit at a concert. And it gets worse from there. The security guards were handing out the guitar picks, so my hand reached in front of one of the girls' faces to get one, and not even thinking about it, being that I was already exhausted as I was, I let my hand rest on the barricade for a little bit, and I shit you not, one of the girls takes my hand, here it is, resting on the barricade, she takes my hand like this, and goes, like I said, if you are that bothered with people touching you and being that close to you, why the fuck did you pay that much money to be in a pit in the first place? I don't understand that at all. So that was basically the Green Day show. I left with a purse full of Green Day confetti. I actually have it right here in a baggie. It's that special to me. So while I'm doing my eyebrows, I'm gonna let you guys look at a few clips that I took from the Green Day show. So sit tight, watch these. I'm gonna do my brows.
What?
One of those golf carts are by themselves. You thinking what I'm thinking? David! Got some news for everybody. Your girl just bought last minute pit tickets. It's a dream come true. I'm gonna try not to cry. David, did I cry?
Yes.
Yeah, I cried when I bought them.
Look at your makeup.
Out of seeing Green Day. It was my first time seeing them, and it's been on my bucket list since middle school. David, do you have any words?
I'm speechless.
He's speechless. It changed his life. Okay, goodbye. Billy Joe! What do we want one picture of? Billy Joe! Did you guys have fun with that? I really hope so. So now that I have my brows done and I put on some mascara, I'm going to start doing my eyeshadow. What I'm going to use as the base for this look is this Bloody Mary. It's going to look kind of crazy, but I'm going to do like a soft brown right over it, and then maybe violet in my corners. But anyway, next with my stories is the Lady Gaga concert. I've seen Gaga 3 times. Once for the Monster Ball tour, Art Rave, and then this year, Joanne. And there's always something about the Gaga concerts that kind of have to do with fate a little bit. I don't know how else to explain it. The first time that I saw Lady Gaga was when I was in high school. She was really, really big at the time, and I was absolutely in love with her. I'm still in love with her, as you can tell. She was in Cleveland once before, but I couldn't go. Like, I couldn't find anybody to go with me, and my parents had to work. She came around again in like the spring, and I had a friend from high school call me, and she said, "Hey, do you want to go to the Lady Gaga concert?" And I said, "Well, wouldn't tickets be sold out already?" And she's like, "Well, I can always try. It's supposed to be my graduation present." So I said, "Okay, I mean, just call me back and let me know like what happens." And minutes later, she called me back. She got tickets. And it was just unbelievable that there was any left in just the right amount that we needed. For Art Rave, you know, we were in the second floor, and when we got to the show and we're getting ready to sit down in our seats, we decided to take a bathroom break. So we go take a bathroom break, and I'm using the bathroom, and I hear these girls talking about how they got upgrades. There was a woman standing outside, and she had upgrade tickets, and I didn't really think anything of it. They could have been fake tickets to begin with. My aunt, I think she might have been outside, I don't remember, but I come out, and no, she was inside, and she was hearing the girls talk about it, so she goes outside. I don't think anything of it. I think this is probably fake, you know, they probably are gonna get screwed over. Nope. I come out, my aunt has the upgrades, and they're great. And we got a lot closer. Like, we were down on the floor. We weren't as close to the stage as we were this year. So this year, we got the second floor again. Well, let's go back a little bit. So when Gaga announced her tour for Joanne. They sold out within minutes, and I didn't think I was going to be able to go at all, which was really sad. But, you know, my aunt, being as great as she is, checked, you know, places almost every day, and somehow miraculously there was 4 tickets available, which was perfect, because usually it's me, her, my brother, and somebody else when we go to Cleveland for a concert, because she doesn't like driving up there or navigating around up there, which I don't blame her at all. I didn't think anything of it. It was my birthday and I got a few things, and then she hands me this pink envelope, and on it was like a sun hat with a pink ribbon on it, which was perfect because it looked just like the Joanne hat. And what do I know, there's tickets inside of there. So anyway, fast forward, we get to the concert, we get ready in our seats, get ready for our seats, and one of the ushers has a stack of tickets in her hand and gives an upgrade to a little girl and her dad. But I didn't see this. David did. So David goes over, grabs my shoulder, and he goes, "She has upgrades." So he tells my aunt, and then we did a complete 180, and then my aunt asked about the upgrades, and the usher kind of looked pissed off that she got caught, but you know, that's her fault for not being discreet about it. So she gives us the upgrade, and we are a lot closer than we were for Art Rave than I was for the Monster Ball. We were so close to the stage, and our seats, I think, were really great. You know, a lot of people would love to be on the floor, but I don't think I would be able to see Gaga very well if I was on the floor, because she was all over the place, and like she goes like out on these little circle stages. She was like literally a couple feet away from me, so that was really great, and the stage was too, so we're really close. So that was an amazing night as well. It was awesome. I think David had a few clips that he sent me. I was trying to grab some clips, but my phone died before the show even started. So I'm gonna let you watch those for a few minutes while I dig out my palettes. Anyway, I already done one eye, and I just put like a soft brown over top of this. So yeah, I just did that solid red with a soft brown over it just to kind of blend everything out. So I'm going to do it again on the other side. I just had to take a minute to remember how I did it when I filmed this the first time. At Green Day, we think David got sick with something. Probably from Billy Joe's sweat, raining all over the place. Or probably just, you know, a lot of people being packed together. So David got sick with a cold, and he still kind of had it the day of Gaga. Well, since I was dancing around all over the place, I was just desperate for water. And as we were going home, you know, David had a little bit of water left in his water bottle. And, you know, I didn't care that he was sick. I was so thirsty to begin with. So I drank from his water bottle, and a couple days later, probably towards the weekend, I did get a little sick with a nasty cold. I don't like making videos. I don't like editing videos when I'm sick because I cannot think clearly. And I just don't like making videos or editing videos when I'm sick because I just feel like the quality won't be as good. And I just like doing things with a clear mind. So now what I think I'm going to do is just go just a little bit above where my crease is and do just like a little highlight of orange. I'm kind of like a little bit disappointed in myself lately because I haven't been doing a lot of music stuff on YouTube, and it's been like a year since I posted a piano video. And like, I really try to do music stuff when I'm like home alone, and I just feel like that's the best time to do it because you don't have to worry about any interruptions or something just ruining it. I just like doing that kind of stuff when I'm alone. I wanted to share that I'm actually working on music. David's been helping me making beats and stuff for it, and I just wanted to say David is an amazing director because he directed like a movie in high school and it was actually really good. And he's also a really great producer, so he's great at making things. But he's been helping me with that and he's actually really good with it and he knows like what I want. So I don't know when my actual music is going to be coming out, but I would like to aim maybe for Halloween of next year. Like, I'm really getting onto myself about it because music is a really important part of my life, and it always has been since I was very young, ever since I can remember. It's something I've always been really passionate about, it's something I've always wanted to do, but I feel like a part of me is really afraid to embrace that side of me. And I feel like it's just something I hold really close to myself, and that like, since I hold it so close, I'm afraid like what people think of it or what people have to say about it. Like, I just feel like if somebody says anything negative about it, or if I'm just like not cut out for it or something, I just feel like that would really hurt my self-confidence, and I feel like I should really let that go if I'm really passionate about it, because I know I can sing and I know I can make music, but I just feel like I'm really afraid to show that. I really need to get over this fear and just do it, because I know I can, it's just I'm afraid to. Now I'm just doing a dark purple in my corners. I kind of already went and did my winged eyeliner because winged eyeliner gives me enough anxiety as it is. Outside of conventions and stuff and not filming, I mean, I feel like sometimes my life is pretty boring. I don't really go out that much. I have more fun by myself and playing video games. You when I needed you, really were wishes. Eating on the food on the plane, they don't do dishes. Words and actions blur, they don't know different. No time for these fake ass bitches. You can go jump on the bandwagon. You your money and your lame ass friends. People have told me I don't look the same. Baby, I lost weight. I'm playing again. Alright you guys, so I think I'm going to end this video here since I ran out of things to talk about and I'm done doing my makeup in here. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you know right away when I upload a video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I don't really use Twitter that much, but I try to. Thank you guys so much and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!